Detective Jack Johnson arrived at the scene of the crime, a lavish mansion owned by wealthy socialite Veronica Smith. The place was bustling with police officers, reporters, and curious onlookers, all eager to learn more about the mysterious theft that had taken place. Veronica Smith was visibly upset and shaking when Detective Johnson approached her. She explained that a valuable painting had been stolen from her private collection, and that she suspected one of her guests was responsible for the theft. Detective Johnson began his investigation by interviewing each of the guests who had attended the party. He started with Dr. Jameson, a brilliant scientist known for his eccentricities. Dr. Jameson claimed to have been in his laboratory during the time of the theft, but Detective Johnson noticed that the man's alibi was weak and full of holes. He made a mental note to follow up with the scientist later. Next, he spoke with Max Davenport, a shady businessman with a reputation for being involved in illegal activities. Max was uncooperative and refused to answer many of Detective Johnson's questions. However, the detective noticed that Max seemed to be hiding something. Sarah Johnson, a young journalist who had been covering the party for the local newspaper, was the next person to be interviewed. She seemed genuinely surprised by the theft and offered to help in any way she could. Marcus Wright, a former soldier, was next to be questioned. He explained that he had been hired by Veronica Smith as a security consultant for the party. He claimed to have been monitoring the cameras in the mansion's security room at the time of the theft. But Detective Johnson noticed that there were a few blind spots in the security system that Marcus could have used to his advantage. Mrs. Carmichael, the elderly housekeeper, was the next to be interviewed. She had been with the family for years and claimed to know all their secrets. However, Detective Johnson found her answers to be evasive and suspicious. Finally, he spoke with Father O'Malley, the local priest. Father O'Malley revealed that he had overheard a conversation between two of the guests, Lisa Chang and Timothy Black, that sounded suspicious. He suggested that the detective should follow up with them. The investigation was far from over, but Detective Johnson felt like he was starting to make some progress. He had gathered a lot of clues and had a list of suspects that he needed to investigate further. However, he knew that the real culprit was still out there, waiting to be caught.